This event was coordinated through the Criminal Justice Program in coordination with the Suffolk County Police Department's COPE unit, specifically their school resource officers.
The Goggle program has shown young drivers how important it is to not drink and drive these days. It's amazing how many kids take it for granted that they can drive, and they don't think about the consequences that are down the road when they do get caught drinking and driving.
Without the goggles, it was pretty easy to see where you were going. It was just like driving a regular car. It was not hard at all. Driving with the goggles, you couldn't see anything as soon as you put the goggles on. Everything was slanted, blurry, and you couldn't really make out which cone was in which lane.
The Goggles program is a program that was created by students and is run by students. And I feel that the kids get an incredible benefit out of it because they see their peers teaching them about drinking and driving, and as the program also includes texting and driving, they go into that and the consequences of doing these things.
Well, obviously we want the focus of this program to be one that is peer-driven, as opposed to students coming in and experiencing an adult-focused assembly where they're lectured at. Rather, we want them to feel that they're in partnership with their peers and that they're as much a part of this experience as anybody else who's running this event. This is done in collaboration with the juniors and the seniors who are in my class, but also the Suffolk County Police.
When they leave the lecture that we teach them before they drive in the golf carts with the goggles on, they're standing or sitting in front of their peers, and their peers are teaching them about pamphlets that they created in this program. And again, the consequences of what will happen, whether it's insurance going up or what type of charges, what type of fines. And it's a really beneficial program in that respect because they're hearing it from the kids, not from me, not from their teacher, but from the kids.
What is involved in putting something like this together is about 6 months of work. In the last month, you're looking at probably 70-hour work days. And it's really all about the students, empowering them to become the driving force behind this program.
Well, it's going to be a hardship for many families. I mean, not everybody's got extra money to spend on lawyers, for their insurance rates to go up, and everything else that all the fines that are involved with getting a charge of drunk driving. If they refuse to take the breathalyzer, there's fines for that. It just goes on, and the money that is spent on defending this charge in court could have been money that was used for them to go to college. It could have been money that was saved for them for the down payment on their first car. And this is the things that the kids don't think about, unfortunately. They don't realize how much is involved when it happens. They really need to think about that.
And we want them coming away really having a firm understanding of what the implications are from a conviction due to drunk driving or texting and driving, and also the implications on their insurance rates.
Without the goggles, easy, no problem. Stayed in the lines, hit maybe like the corner of a cone once, but as soon as I put those goggles on, it was like a whole other world. I couldn't even stay in the lines. I hit all the cones. I definitely never want to drink and drive.
Well, obviously we want students to come away from this experience feeling empowered, feeling better educated, and feeling informed about their decisions behind the wheel.
When I have to arrest a young driver at the age of 18, 19, I don't feel good about it. I mean, I feel good that I'm taking a drunk driver off the road. But in a way, there's a part of me that feels sad for that person because of what they're faced with now and what they now have to, fight for to try to get off their record if they can. But chances are it's going to be on their record and it's going to affect them down the road, whether it's when they go for a job or whatever. It's going to affect them. They don't think it, they don't believe it, but as time goes on, they do believe it because it becomes an issue.
I have received comments back from students. I ran into a group of graduates last summer, and they told me that they had been at a party over the summer, and some individuals at this party were going to make a very bad decision about getting behind the wheel. And believe it or not, last year's program came up in conversation, and they said that they wouldn't do it because of what they experienced. And when we say that you get involved in something, and if you can just save one life, that's good enough. Well, I know from that particular conversation we saved 5.
So again, young people, they have to think twice today. There are so many consequences that are just going to really ruin their future if it gets out of control.
Yeah, it's definitely going to alter my decisions. It's really dangerous to drive drunk, and I realize that more today than before.
Parents can get involved with their local MED chapters and SAD chapters and get involved with the PTA and go and ask questions and find out what they can do, to help stop drinking and driving. This program that we did up in Shoreham was just outstanding, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm glad I was so happy that I was a part of it.
We hope that to continue this and make students more aware and realize that life is very precious and that it needs to be taken care of.